YouTube, what's good? Vinny Matthews here with the vibrations. Here to serve you. Thanks for checking out the channel, man. Let's get right into it. The ugly stage. Yeah, we dropping right now. We dropping it right now. The ugly stage of dreadlocks, homies. Fellas, G's, my guys. What's the ugly stage of dreadlocks? The ugly stage of dreadlocks is basically, one of the stages or one of the phases. I'm gonna just say stages. It's one of the stages of your dreadlock journey. All right. This stage in particular will determine if you're really about this life. This stage in particular will weed out the boys from the men. This stage will show you, if these dreadlocks are really for you. It's a stage. It's a stage of your dreadlock journey, fellas, all right? Now, I'm going to teach you guys how to cope or how to deal with the ugly stage of dreadlocks, all right? Now, me personally, I never went through the ugly stage of dreadlocks, all right? Let me explain. Let me explain that. I never went through the ugly stage of dreadlocks, all right? You know why? Because to me personally, there's no such thing as the ugly stage of dreadlock, all right? And when I say that, I mean that very sincerely when I say there is no such thing as an ugly stage of dreadlocks, man. Your dreadlocks are fantastic. They're beautiful. So for me to sit here and be like, yeah, I went through an ugly stage, that's false. I don't believe in that shit, I believe in watching what I say. If I sit here and talk about, oh, man, yeah, I have ugly dreadlocks, I'm going through the ugly stage of dreadlocks, then I just automatically think that my dreadlocks are ugly. And I don't think that, man. That's why I tell you guys, it's all mental. Change your philosophy. Change your mindset, okay? There's no such thing as an ugly stage of dreadlocks, all right? Now, what are the ugly stage of dreadlocks? It's the beginning stage of your dreadlocks when your dreadlocks starts to, start budding, It's the stage where while your dreadlocks are budding, they starting to get a lot thicker. They start thickening in size. It's the stage where your dreadlocks start to form into a dread. So if you started your dreadlocks by coiling it or by braiding it or two-strand twisting it, it's getting out of that stage. And that's what I'm talking about. It's all stages. And yes, granted, this stage is a rough stage because, at this stage, you're thinking your dreadlocks aren't growing. You thinking your dreadlocks aren't sprouting when they are. They just, instead of it getting long, they're thickening. But it's a stage. It's just a stage part of your dreadlock journey. And I tell you, man, this stage is really going to separate the boys from the men, the girls from the women, man. And you're going to start thinking to yourself, like, man, like, I can't go through this, man. I can't do this, Vinny. Like, my dreadlocks, they're looking wild, man. Yo, cut it out. I told you, man, it's all mental. A lot of people won't even start their dreadlock journey because of their mentality. They're afraid to go through this stage. They think, oh, man, I don't want to be ugly, man. What? Throughout anything of your life that you go through, you're going to have to go through separate, certain stages to get to where you want to be. That's natural. That's just how it always been, and that's how it always will be. In order for you to be successful, you have to go through trials and tribulations. There's no such thing as a straight path to success. You got to go through your ups and you got to go through your downs. When it comes to dreadlocks, it's the same thing, fellas. Come on now. This is I'm telling you these guys. I'm telling you all of this because I feel for all my newcomer dreadlock guys. A lot of people ask me all the time, like, Vinny, man, how long you been growing your dreads? I tell them 6 years. And they was like, oh man, what about the beginning stages? I know it's hard. Like, what isn't hard in life? I don't care. Just because there's a certain stage that I'm gonna have to go through. Man, I'm gonna go through it because that's what I do. That's exactly what I do, man. Like, I'm a lion out here. I'm an alpha out here, man. Throw me to the wolves, man. I'm gonna come out with a chinchilla bee. That's just who I am. And I expect that. And not that I expect it, but I want that for all you other guys out there, man. Don't be afraid of this little phase. Don't be afraid of this stage. You're gonna have to go through it, man. Appreciate it, man. Like, honestly, I started out my dreadlock with two-strand twist, and like I said, it never occurred to me that I went through a budding stage, or I mean, not that. It never occurred to me that I went through an ugly stage because I always loved my dreadlocks. It wasn't until after I went through that stage that I started learning about this, different stages of dreadlocks. I told you guys I'm gonna make a video about my experiences when I first started growing my dreadlocks because the knowledge that I have now that I didn't have back then, I wish I had the knowledge back then. But it's all a process. But like I said, it's end of the day, it's just a process. It's just the stage that you're just gonna have to get through, all right? Now, like I said, first off, I want you guys to understand, like, yo, change your mentality. Change. It's all mental. It's mental, all right? Don't even call it ugly stage no more. Like, people like to compare this stage as the teenager stage. When you're a teenager, you're growing up, you're trying different things, you're experimenting, you get pimples all over your face. That's what people consider the ugly stage. And I'm like, nah. When I think of the word ugly, I think of unattractive, I think of unpleasant, and I'm not gonna attach ugly to me. Forget that. Like, nah. If I'm going through a phase, if I'm going through a stage, that's it. I'm going through a stage. It's not ugly. It's not beautiful. It's a stage. But to me and through my eyes, everything that I go through is a process, and it's a beautiful process, man. Because that's how I understand. If I want to be successful in anything I do, I have to go through a stage. So first off, change your mentality, okay? Change your mentality. Change your philosophy, all right? Stop calling it the ugly stage. Next thing you got to do is just embrace it. Enjoy it. Love it. Because like I said, it's just a stage. It's going to come and go. It may come for a couple of weeks. It may come for a couple of months. Depending on your hair type. They say the ugly stage usually is from like the first 6 to 18 months. It doesn't matter. You're going to go through it. But enjoy the process, okay? It's just a stage. I'm telling you, man, you're going to get through it. I've seen a lot of people cut their hair. They short sell their hair. They short sell their hair by cutting it too soon because they just couldn't handle the truth. They couldn't handle that stage, man. Yo, you gotta see your dreadlocks as a caterpillar, man. You walking around thinking shit is all gravy, but then you put yourself in a cocoon, and what happens? You start sprouting, B. You're a caterpillar out here, man. Dang. Enjoy the process, fellas. Yo, understand there's no ugly stage. I don't believe in ugly stage, so I would encourage you guys to stop saying that, the ugly stage. I feel like it's fun to say. It's more in the pop culture, but I'm all about personal development. I'm all about self-love, and I love myself, and I'm not going to attach the name ugly to my dreadlocks. I'm just not, man. So with the ugly stage, the ugly dreadlocks, man, nah, cut that out. This is all a journey. We all go through this journey together, and I went through it, but I went through it by myself. We're all gonna go through it. These are our dreadlocks, okay? There's no such thing as the ugly stage of dreadlocks. There's a stage when it's budding. There's, like I said, some people say there's 4 stages, there's 5 stages. I'm gonna make a video about the different stages of dreadlocks. But when it comes to dreadlocks, the quote-unquote ugly stage is not an ugly. It's not real, okay? It's just the phase. It's just the stage where your dreadlocks start coming to their own, and that's it. And then you're going to graduate to the next stage when you're fumbling my words. Sorry about that. And then you're going to get into the next stage where your dreadlocks are mature. And that's pretty much it, fellas. That's it, man. Love yourself. Respect yourself. Stop attaching all that. Stop attaching ugly to your dreadlocks. It starts now. It's mental. Enjoy the process. These are just stages. Enjoy your dreadlock journey. Let me know in the comment box down below, man. Like, if you guys, fellas, with dreadlocks, how did you feel about when you went through this little stage, the ugly stage, the teenager stage? Let me know how you feel, man. I want to relate to you. I want to give you my side of the story. I want to give you my opinion. And how do you feel about my opinion about the dreadlocks journey, the teenage stage? How do you feel? Let me know in the comment box down below. Till then, guys, I hope you guys stay abundant. I hope you guys are manifesting everything that you want. This is Vinny Matthews with the vibrations, and I'm out.